for third, but Edwin Moses
Hello, welcome to Olympico. Welcome to the 29th Olympiads here in London. What a week it's been, fellas. What a week it's been here for Olympico. Jace.
Yeah, it has been absolutely outstanding, hasn't it, Leigh? And we've been getting tremendous feedback from you out there, and we greatly appreciate it here on Olympico because what you have to say makes a difference to us for sure.
It certainly is. I might just interrupt there, Jason.
Sure.
And let's check out some more field footage. We've had a hell of a week out there. All the athletes, it's really starting to heat up in week 2. We're going to go now onto the street, get the vibe with the Skinny Mobile word on the street. Well, here we are outside Kiwi House. I can tell you what, it is going off inside there. Why? Everybody's here checking out the rowing action. Let's go in and check it out. Not now, Roscoe. Just get you around in once we're in there. Thanks, mate.
Oh, unbelievable win for the guys. Coming out today, just absolutely dominating out there, Leigh.
The rowers could hear in Eton Dorney this crowd. They were so loud. Man, who would have expected so many Kiwis to cheer them on?
Were you there amongst a crowd trying to chat to them? What was that like?
Oh, it was fantastic, actually. It was Eric Murray's auntie, so she was living the dream. It was brilliant to be with her.
Any thoughts on the race? Most people here are speechless. Maybe congratulations on your medal. You've really kicked off the New Zealand campaign. How does that feel?
Yeah, I don't even have to buy the beers. They're supplying them for us there, so it's good.
Well, you shouldn't have to anyway, should you?
No, exactly.
It's that first one, and we're glad that we could kick off and get the first one, and hopefully there'll be many more.
Honestly, you don't get moments like that, mate.
He's done the Waka Chang Chang proud, hasn't he? The old Waka Changi.
I'm overwhelmed. I just can't. I'm so happy.
So good. I'm so stoked for them. So good. Phenomenal. So proud.
My second proudest moment personally. My proudest being born in Greymouth on the west coast, but this is definitely the second proudest moment of my life.
Did you ever think you couldn't do it?
No, shit, no. No. Where's the face?
Great day for New Zealand today. More medals than Australia. Got to be a good thing.
Well, welcome back. Certainly some some fun stuff going on out there in London. Look, I'm going to bring someone in on this. Someone who's no stranger to athletics. My old mate, Pat Clark from Birmingham. Pat, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, take us back. You were a decathlete, of course, back in Atlanta.
That's right.
away first time. Look at them go. Bortsov going well.
Okay.
96, wasn't it, at Atlanta, 96?
90...
Well, I might bring Pat in on this. What year was that? Was
96.
Yeah, okay.
96.
It's easy. I mean, Pat will know. There's no point. I mean,
yeah.
Huge thing, the decathlon. In every sense, you've got your 10 events, and let's go through them. You know, you've got your 100. You've got your 110 hurdles.
You've got your high jump. You've got your long jump. You've got your 5,000 metres. No, 1,500 metres.
1,500, you're finishing off with that.
That's the last event.
So do you focus on then the things like your shot putting, your ball, rifle range shooting, etc., on your weaknesses? Do you put
rifle? It's not the it's not the modern pentathlete.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's a Winter Olympic event.
No, that's a winter. Yeah, I'm thinking of the skiing, pole vaulting.
But that's not even a decathlon either. That's more of a 3-horse race, isn't it? That's your shooting, your cross country skiing. You cross-country ski, you shoot, and then you do a downhill, do you? You haven't done that, have you?
It's nice to see that you've done your own work, boys.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's very hard for us, you've got to say. We're coming over here, we're trying to cover a hell of a lot of stuff. We shouldn't really be going into Winter Olympics at this stage, Jace. We're trying to keep it into these summer games and certainly these Olympiads, if we can. But
if I could just interrupt you there, Leigh, just for a moment. You know, some days I just have no energy at all. I go through the day tired as all go get out, and that's when I need to really refuel. So that's when I go to Burger Fuel. At Burger Fuel, they have a whole range of tasty burgers. My personal favourite at the moment is Freak Out. That hot, beefy, meaty patty with bacon, just a little bit of lettuce, really gets me through the day. Make sure you go there. Tell them I sent you.
let's check out some field footage. Well, here we are in East London at the Olympic Park, the Olympic Village. Why are we here? I'll tell you. We're just kilometres away from Hackney, where world champion boxer and Olympic champion boxer Lennox Lewis grew up and cut his teeth as a boxer. And with two female boxers representing New Zealand at these Olympiads, who better to talk to about boxing? Let's go check up on him now. Sorry, I was just doing a Lennox Lewis throw there. That's all right, I'll do it again. No, you're fine, you're fine. No, it was good, it was good. It was probably my fault anyway. I tend to drift off to the left.
It's basically the gold ticket to be a professional.
What about that? So we've got a lot of young athletes going into the ring, perhaps for the first time at this level. What's going through their mind?
It was interesting because you're in a team atmosphere. Everybody's going to be focusing on what they have to do, but yet still be a team.
So, I suppose what how's the whole feel for you anyway? How are you enjoying how are you enjoying it, London?
I'm loving London. It's absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to the competition in the next couple of days. We'll be starting off, but between now and then, it's trying to focus on what we're doing.
You're a bit of a dancer yourself. Does that help you with your style? Does that come out in your boxing?
What do you think? You need footwork, eh?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So dancing has been a part of my life, I'd say 17 years of my life. It does transfer in terms of speed, agility, movement. Yeah, it does come through to boxing.
And as you well know, I've done quite a bit of boxing myself, back in the day. Kind of, your charity sort of stuff, the corporate stuff, raising money, awareness. We did a big thing a couple of years back for raising awareness and money for cancer, actually, and that was a pretty good fight.
That's awesome. How did he go?
Oh, kicked his ass, big time. Got to give it to the other guy. I mean, he was going through quite a lot of chemotherapy at the time, and he struggled to get to training even, during the week. And that morning, actually had a chemo session. So, but as I say, he put a hell of a good fight and pretty much won it on points in the end, a split decision. But I'll take that one. You got to take him. Good luck.
Thank you.
If I can keep my opponent at bay with my great long arms, as you say, and that's going to be the best thing for me to do. Keep it long, use my feet.
I didn't mean they were too long, and I just meant they were great long arms, that for boxing. So, I mean, look at that. They're actually longer than my arms there, so look at that. Fantastic. Sorry, just about touch your breast there, by mistake. Look,
this is the last question. Yes.
Lennox, Leigh, Hart, Olympico, New Zealand. A slightly technical question, local knowledge and all. We're staying at Hackney Wick. Am I best to go straight to Stratford, Overland, and take the central? Do I take the central line to Stratford first? You think there, or Stratford?
You know what? If you look like an athlete, I think you should ride a bike. So you can take action, see the sights.
Good point. I'll do that. Thank you.
Good question, by the way, because I thought it was the same question.
Anyone you want to say hello to back at home?
Hi to Marcia Bennett and my godson Hunter and his brother Cooper and Val and work, Carrington Road. Hi guys, miss you. And my mum's here, so she doesn't have to be said hi to. And my dad in Australia and his family. Kathy, Zane, Imran, Sarah.
Oh, this is a satellite feed. You're starting to cost us quite a bit of money now. There's quite a lot of people going through that. I don't mind. We can actually just write the others down. We'll actually get them. We'll scroll the names along the bottom later on. But there you go. And as I say, all the best to those girls. And we'll see you after this break.
Olympico, getting you closer to the action.
want to talk about, to move on if we could, to the athletics, the glamour events of your 100s, your 200s, your 400s, etc. on the track. Joe, we go back a long way. Are you enjoying the Olympics?
Of course, always enjoying the Olympics, and especially in London, it's my hometown, so it makes it extra special to see the big show that we're about to put on. And in the sprints, yeah, of course, I mean, the highlight has always been the 100 metres, who's going to be the fastest men and women on earth, so it's going to be great to see.
But I'm confident. I'm confident enough that I'm going over there to do a good race, and to execute because Coach Willis have been preparing well, for this moment.
A man of speed, a man with fast twitch fibres, no doubt. You must have been asked this question a lot over the last few weeks, though. Who do you think is going to take out the big one?
And I'll keep saying what I've been saying. I think Johan Blake is going to win.
As you well know, I used to do a lot of running myself back in the day. A while ago now, but I don't now. I just don't do it. I just don't do it.
Me neither.
Yeah, but I mean, at least when you did, you were, you were competitive. You were right up there. So you know all about fast twitch fibers, all that sort of stuff. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
But yeah, it's all about fast twitch for the guys and girls in the 100.
Thoughts on the 100 metres this year?
100 metres, I'm going with USA. Jamaica's running a little close.
Okay.
I'm going with USA. America's second.
With America the second with the women's?
Oh, that's a close one.
Okay.
Yes.
And how about there's been a lot of talk about shoes and things like this. Let's talk about shoes off the track then, like a dress shoe. What I've been having some trouble with, I've got a cobbler who makes shoes for me, and I wanted to get a nice dress shoe like that guy's, and like a plimsoll or a loafer, and take off the normal sole and put a big thick loafer gelatinous sole like your Nomad or track sole on that, just for comfort, so you're getting class and comfort together. Thoughts on that? Or style at least?
Well, for walking around shoes, yeah. But for a spike shoe for going out there and compete, you don't really want to be that comfortable.
Fantastic. We've taken up your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
There you go. Just joining us, welcome our viewers from Palmerston North and Dunedin again. They obviously come in with the link slightly later on each episode. Apologies for that, but good to have you with us. Jason and I went out to a track. Just get a gauge on how far someone like your Bolts, people like that are.
Your Marvin Gaye's, that sort of...
Let's check out that footage.
That's a champ.
And I'd have to keep that up for a good 10 seconds.
Keep working, mate, yeah.
Now, Josh, in our athletic segment, we're obviously talking about sprinters. Now, tell me, what makes a great sprinter? I mean, we're talking fast muscle, twitch fibres, aren't we?
Yeah, certainly. Explosivity. That's what sprinting's all about. So a lot of that's genetically predetermined, of course.
And it's a natural thing, of course. I mean, I could work out all day, and obviously I'm an ex-athlete myself. But I'm never going to be able to be as fast as those guys, am I?
Oh, certainly you can build on it, Leigh, but, genetics play a big part in this. Some people have more fast twitch muscle fibres than others. Yeah.
Okay. I want you to look at his style here and see if you can tell me what he's doing wrong.
Oh, yeah. No, he has a lot of problems. Oh, my goodness.
He hasn't got fast twitch fibres, has he?
No.
Tell me what he's doing wrong, if anything.
Right. He's, he's giving it his best. I think he might have also got blessed with the slow twitch as well. It seemed to me that his arms were going a little bit faster than his legs, so not very rhythmic.
The twitch fibres take a while to wake up, but let's get the quads and the glutes working, and perhaps my arms are actually going a bit faster than my legs at the moment, which isn't ideal when you're sprinting. Yeah, so no, it was good.
That's good, that, mate. Just noticed, I think your arms are going kind of faster than your legs are on that one.
Yeah, I just said that.
Okay. 16.9.
Well, as I say, I'm not an explosive, I'm more endurance.
As well, we've got to remember with the camera, nowadays with technology, we can use this to help speed up his times. We can analyse that footage, or at least with his face, we can see where we went wrong anyway. How did the shoes go? They fit all right?
Yeah, no, they're good, mate. They're good. They fit really well.
Not too big?
No, I've got a big cock.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, in terms of the shoe size, I've got quite a big cock.
You're not going to wear the shoes on your cock, though, are you? So...
Well, no, I'm going to wear them on my cock. But what I'm saying is, when people, the shoes fit well, even though they're quite big shoes, And I fit big shoes very well because I've got a big cock. And you said, do the shoes fit? And I said, I've got a big cock. But generally the story goes that if a lady says, Christ, did you see the size of his feet? They're usually referring to the fact that he's probably got a big cock.
Well, not if she works in a shoe store or something. She wouldn't be thinking that. That's part of her job, surely.
Well, in the shoe store, but in the general parlance of everyday conversation, if a woman says, did you see the size of his feet? What she's generally saying is he must have a big cock. In my case, you know, I'm a pretty diminutive sort of fella, but I've got huge feet and a big cock.
But the size 10, they fit. That's the point. Okay. Anyway, that's not a bad time. I think we've one more crack at it. We'll see how we go.
Sure. All right. Let's give it a crack, fellas.
That footage, Jace, and Pan, if I can bring on this, Jason running there, he's not really having the fast twitch muscles going on there, but certainly showed that with his running, he's running like a 14, 15 second 100 metres, right?
Yeah.
Which is not bad, given someone his age.
Well, you know, I was actually surprisingly looking at that just how close to Usain Bolt I actually was. Because if you extrapolate that out, if I may, and say, and you take the 100 metres in the time, which I think mine was 13.2.
No, 14.2.
Oh, 14.2 seconds over 100 metres.
That's a sub 15.
Yeah, well, you bring that out over 400 metres, you know, I'm not looking so bad.
Well, take it 800 metres then. Say 8 times 14.2, you're talking about 80. You're coming in on close to a qualification, well, you know, certainly...
Of the final, and actually...
Certainly Commonwealth Games.
If you actually want to take it a little bit further, to the 1500, I'm actually in medal contention, if you extrapolate it from that point, which is actually quite fascinating.
You've got a good point there. You should certainly be concentrating more on your middle distance than your...
and I was into a headwind too, remembering that at the time, so, you know, who knows what
Is this a serious show?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're saying anybody can compete in the Olympic Games if...
He's more cut out for middle distance or longer distance running than
So you've done research on this, but you didn't do research on decathlon?
Well, we've covered the decathlon. You've got to remember, we've got a hell of a lot of stuff to cover in this. Might just interrupt myself there if I can, and just go back out in the field with our homosexual reporter down there, Peter Littlejohn. Peter.
I'm Peter Littlejohn, here recording at the Olympic Gymnastics Stadium, and Peter Littlejohn here. Today we have the gymnastics...
Peter, if I could just bring myself in there, you don't have to keep saying your name, Peter. We know you're Peter Littlejohn. Just because you're saying your name the whole time doesn't make it any clearer to us, or it certainly doesn't add any substance to the story. Just saying Peter Littlejohn all the time. We know you're Peter Littlejohn. Just pull back on the Peter Littlejohn stuff if you can.
Peter Littlejohn, out.
Thanks, Peter. We'll come back to you shortly. Thanks, Peter. Peter Littlejohn there, down outside the Aquatic Centre or the Athletics Centre. I'm not quite sure what he was coming in for there. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about, a new concept, the DCLs or the CCLs. Do we need those at this stage in the modern Olympiads?
What is a DCL?
Oh, a designated Caucasian lane. I mean, for example, when was the last time you actually saw a Caucasian running in that? And I'm not saying it's a good thing, a bad thing, right or wrong. I'm just saying the fact of the matter is they're just not getting in there. Is it time to start addressing that fact by getting a what is called a CCL, which is a compulsory Caucasian lane, or what they're calling now?
I think the modern equivalent is the DCL, the designated Caucasian lane.
Let's talk of it. I mean, what's the point of having an Olympics, where you only have the same athletes in every final? I mean, there's 8 lanes, isn't there?
Yeah.
Why don't you have 2 lanes on the side? I'm not talking about your swimming or anything. I'm talking about your 100s, your 200s, your 400s, a Caucasian lane there. I mean, how are these guys going to get any better if they don't actually get to compete with the best?
Train.
Well, that's the problem.
Train
is
hard.
That
if you're good enough, you'll be there.
No, Pat. You can't just say that these guys, they could train forever. They're not going to get there.
The problem is these guys now, with these designated Caucasian lanes, you have 2 people. They learn how to run against these other black athletes, and their standards start to rise.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
This is just...
It's like the education system.
Absolutely.
If we don't put people upper class each year, they're going to stay at the same level. And research has shown that over the last 100 years, since the Paris Olympics, which I think was 1972, 1900.
You really are being serious. So are you saying we should put a lane in for swimmers, for the black people?
Along the 100-metre track?
I think it's something.
No.
I think it's something that possibly needs to be discussed.
You're opening a can of worms once we do this, because then you go, okay, we've got these 2 lanes DCLs, okay, where do you gauge it then? You know, how Caucasian does the guy have to be? Because we know albinos can't run. You know what I mean? So are you going to stick him in there, or does he get his own lane? So you've got black athletes who end up going in the Caucasian lane.
Yes, because of ancestry.
I don't think we're at that stage yet, Jace.
But this is our problem: is where do we draw the line here? Do we have non-Asian athletes in the table tennis? Is there one spot reserved per doubles contest for a Caucasian or black person inside a table tennis situation?
Doubles? Or
doubles, I think, only.
We'd like to hear your thoughts on this. You got any thoughts on DCLs or CCLs at the Olympics? Send it through to the address below. I would love to hear your feedback. We just got to go to an ad break. See you again shortly.
Definitely food for thought there, and welcome back to Olympico. We're getting a lot of feedback on the DCLs, the CCLs, and it's great to have your feedback. But can we now turn our attention, guys, to the hurdles? A glamour event, a blue ribbon event, a spectacular event, a big event at these particular Olympiads.
Pat, you're no stranger to hurdles. We're talking about technique now. It's obviously changed over the decades, and now you are bilinguist, no, a bipedish, no, a bi. Are you do you kind of jump with both feet, lead with both feet, or do you alternate it, or are you just lead with?
I'll just lead.
With the one?
Yep, lead with my. Yep, I've always lead with my right.
It's known as the McPherson technique, isn't it? You lead with the same leg and a different arm. Is that the technique?
Okay, it's
and I suppose being an ex-decathlete too, you've got experience in a whole range of sports. So it's not just your sprint. It's not just your pole vault.
Obvious, Jace. But good point, Jace. If I could bring back to the hurdles, if we can, I've got some footage here. If we bring up on the screen, this is a female hurdler, right? Let's take a look at this at her form. We're going to have to look up at screen C, I think, up there. There we go. Now here we go. Let's just freeze frame there. Okay, now what are you seeing there?
I look at that image, Leigh, and I think twitch fibres. You know, and you can see her twitch fibres in this one, obviously fully extended.
Yeah, they are. In fact, they're twitching.
And by the hyperextension of the leg, you know, for me, her twitch fibres are fully extended, which means she's obviously performing at peak and at the tenuous end of her muscularity, basically.
Pat, would you agree? I mean, just if you could bring you on that, can you tell what hurdle she's at, what leg she's leading with, what's going on with that shot there?
Oh yeah, she's obviously leading with the left leg. That is a lead leg, and that's what I'm seeing. And
okay. You can take that down now, Terry. Take the vagina shot down, Terry.
Incidentally, Pat, you know, at the moment, for those of you that don't know, the 110-metre hurdlers run the distance in a time of around 13 seconds. Dayron Robles of Cuba holds the current world record of 12.87 seconds set on June 12, 2008 in the Czech Republic.
Is he these Olympics?
I have no idea.
We've been talking a lot about. Sorry, my. We've been talking. No, it's all right. We've been talking a lot about hurdles this episode, haven't we? Well, I'll tell you what. We thought we'd catch up with the 400-metre hurdle champion, Javier Coulson. Roll that footage.
Todo el mundo con los teléfonos aquí, nadie con la mano en el pecho.
Yo la tenía en la mano. Yo la tenía. Y cantando.
Great guys. Very similar culture to us in a way. That's I think why the Puerto Ricans and the Kiwis over here really seem to be bonding. Well, the Olympico team at least. And Puerto Rican media, we've really kind of hit it off. It has been kind of helped out by the fact we've been kicked out of the BBC. We've got on the wrong side of them. So it's a little bit more relaxed down here. Which I just like hanging out down here. So that's good. It's good. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo hablo español un poco nada más, which literally translates to English is we'll probably have to do this in English. This interview for the benefit of the people in the Waikato who don't speak Spanish in the Wakachangi, the old Waka Tumba, the Waka Chang Chang, the old Waka, the old Misty Tumba. The old Wakatumba. Thanks for joining us. We've been talking a lot with Jason, as you know, on the show about fast twitch muscles, this kind of thing. What makes a good 400-meter hurdler?
Una buena dominio en la valla, una consistencia en ritmo de carrera y mucha fuerza. Que estoy bien agradecido, es la primera vez que un país me está apoyando y súper agradecido, y algún día los visitaré a ustedes.
Okay, so basically it's okay. Muchas gracias. Good luck. The old 110 hurdles, eh? That certainly takes me back. Used to be quite competitive back at primary school, and then of course your body starts to change, and you start growing, and of course we used to wear the liner-free shorts back then, and I used to find with my particular style I had, especially when I was at the age of, say, 14, 15, that I used to always graze just the one testicle, just with always the one side coming in with probably the McPherson method, as you say, and it wouldn't be so bad if I really clocked it. But I just tended to graze it slightly each time. And, when you start to, how many hurdles in there? You've got about, 10, 12 hurdles there. And you're grazing your testicle every one of them. Doesn't take long before you say, hey, let's try the shot put,
Sorry, can I just interrupt you there for a second, Leigh? As a veteran television come radio personality, I don't have a lot of time for cooking. So when I want a meal quickly, I need a cooking vehicle which is fast and efficient. The Sharp Carousel is the perfect heat provider, whether it be fresh vegetables, frozen vegetables, or a jacket potato. The Carousel from Sharp is second to none.
Thank you, Jeremy. We're crossing live now to the Aquatic Centre with our homosexual reporter down there, Peter Littlejohn. Peter, what's the vibe down there at the centre?
Hi, Leigh. It's Peter Littlejohn here down at the Aquatic Centre. Looking around, I have to say the vibe is of a fairly low stature at the moment. It looks like we are quite early, possibly even by a day.
Yeah, Peter, you're starting to get some really bad feedback there. Is that at your end?
Look, it's all coming through fine here. I'm not getting any feedback.
No, Peter, what we're trying to say is we're getting some really bad feedback about your segment, about your part of the show. It's just coming through here on the emails, etc. And just because you're standing outside an aquatic centre doesn't necessarily make an aquatic story, if you know what I mean.
I understand. We do have...
You've really got to pick up your game, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Peter. Peter Littlejohn down at the aquatic centre there.
At that stage...
Hey guys, did I leave my medal here last week?
Oh yeah, sorry mate, here we go.
Thanks mate.
Thanks buddy.
See ya.
Again in Loader, he was on here last week. But we're back right after this infomercial.
Yeah, I think it's actually, I've just had word with me, and I think we've got to wrap things up now. That's our time. Thanks very much to our guests. Thanks very much, Pat Clark.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much, Leigh. And thanks very much, Jace. I believe you were going to be on Facebook for the
next little while.
Or you going to be who's on Facebook?
No, Jason, I'll be on Facebook for 24/7. So any questions that you may have about the show, about the Olympics, please send them in and make sure that you like the show.
Thank you, Jace, and thank you, Jeremy.
Thanks a lot, Leigh. From all the team, good night.
See you next time.
Jeremy, any last words?
Not really. Thanks very much to you, Leigh. Thanks very much to Pat Clark.
Thank you.
From 96 Atlanta. Thanks very much to you, Jace.
Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you, Leigh. And thank you, Pat. Certainly opened our eyes to a few things there for sure.
So thanks, Pat. Coming down, ep2.
So that's about all we've got time for. Thanks for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.
And thanks once again to our special guest, Pat Clark. See you next week where we do a final wrap-up of the whole series. And there'll probably even be a highlights package of this wrap-up here. So we'll see you next week. Back to you, Jace. Next week, of course. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Leigh.
This was Olympico. 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 Relight the flame of Olympico.
You guys might as well come here.